Hi, my name is Mikhail Kassam, aka your friendly neighborhood cyber defender. Today, I'm going to talk to you about your online life and why it's important to think about cybersecurity. Everyone makes mistakes online, but we don't really think about the impact on our lives or the lives of the people we love. I'd like you to meet Jonathan. His password is John123. He uses the same password for every single account he has. He thinks he's being efficient because one, he only has one password to remember, and two, he'll never forget his password. Now, how many of you use the same strategy as Jonathan? Have you ever thought about how you might lose control of all your accounts just because you didn't want to set up different passwords? Now, look at what happened to Jonathan. One day, Jonathan shared his email password at work for an assignment. The next day, all of his accounts were hacked because he used the same password for all of his accounts. Using the same password for every account you have can be dangerous. If anyone finds out what your email address and password are, they can gain access to most or even all of your accounts and all of your information. Using the same password isn't the only mistake people make. Now, how many of you make your password easy so you can remember it? Having a simple password is another hazard. Make sure your password includes uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and a symbol. I understand that remembering these kinds of passwords is difficult for a lot of people, but what's the cost if you don't? Instead of writing them down on a piece of paper or your notes app, I suggest using password apps on your phone or computer because you'll never know who'll find them. Apps I recommend are LastPass, NordPass, and Remember, and they're all free. Once, I watched a professional cyber defender who wanted to show her friend her skills and what she could do. So first, she asked for his full name. Then she found his Instagram account and looked through his photos. After a little bit, she found his picture sitting on his couch. She recognized that the couch was from the brick. With this information, she called the brick. He had his city location of where he lives in his Instagram bio, so she was able to find the correct store location. Using a fake male voice, she told the person that answered the phone at the brick that she wanted to order another couch. She gave the name of the friend and some other details. From the information that she gave, she was able to find out his phone number, address, and more information. Now, this story isn't meant to scare anyone, and it just shows what's possible. Now, this is Joe Lycett, a British comedian who helps people by responding to internet scammers. Once, he responded to an internet scammer who said he was a special agent working for the World Bank and President Obama to give away money donated by the founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, for their 10th anniversary. Now, long story short, Joe Lycett trolls the scammer, making him tell him all about the strange comments. Eventually, when asked for a lot of personal information, he ends up telling the scammer that he's Prince Philip. Then, after a few more questions, back and forth, Joe Lycett tells the scammer that he's been trolled. Now, though this example is very funny because nothing bad happened, falling in a trap led by scammers can be very frustrating and dangerous. Even though many of you will find this quite obvious, it's still very important to know. Scammers could send out emails and links in them saying you won $10 million or a trip to Mexico, and I guarantee you they are scams. Once you click that link or fill in the information, your personal information or money could be stolen. Now, this could happen anywhere online, so be careful what you are clicking and what information you are giving out. Now, here is a real-life example of a BMO scam. Someone sent a Bank of Montreal scam on email. The email looks legit, so many people do believe it. These days, scams can be very realistic, and it's really difficult to tell the difference between a real email or a fake email. If you ever think you've received a scam email, do not open it. If you open the email already, then make sure not to open any links. Delete the email if you're worried you will accidentally open it. If it's an email about one of your accounts, go to that account directly through Google or the app. Now, what about if you just want to share some fun stuff? This is Jessica. She's on holiday with her whole family in Mexico. She's been busy on Instagram and Snapchat posting pics of herself on the beach, at the market, with her family, at dinner, and repeating that they are in Mexico for vacation. When posting a picture or video on social media, such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, etc., be aware of what you're posting. Don't be like Jessica. Avoid posting personal information or locations online. What Jessica didn't know is she has someone who's been watching her parents' place. They've been stalking her account and knew exactly where she lived. They thought it was a nice house. Then, as soon as she and her family went to Mexico, they knew no one would be home and they broke in. Now, I'm not saying not to use social media, that would be way too extreme. All I am saying is to be aware of what you're posting and what could be the potential consequences. Everything has consequences, even your actions. Though we live in a society that believes in freedom of speech and everyone's right to be heard, it doesn't mean you're free from responsibility. If you're not careful of what you're putting online, it's easy to make a mistake that has long-term repercussions. What you do might hurt people you love unintentionally or hit someone the wrong way. What you say can influence people's opinion of you and impact you for the rest of your life. Every year, the world is getting more and more developed by technology. There are so many new inventions coming out every year that will change the world. Everyone should understand the basics on protecting yourself online and how technology is changing the world. Hackers and scammers will not go away anytime soon, so it's really crucial to learn what they want and how they attack. Technology has made our lives more enjoyable and efficient, but it's also made us more vulnerable. Shallow understandings contribute to conflict. You might talk about a certain topic online, but you might not fully understand it. In the process, you might spread fake news or just not fully understand what you're talking about and end up misleading people. So what do we need to know? Cybersecurity is the practice of protecting networks, systems, data, and hardware from cyber attacks. Tech companies, hospitals, health companies, the government, and other sectors are investing in cybersecurity infrastructure to protect their businesses and their customers. Now you're probably thinking, cyber attacks will only happen against large businesses or corporations, but that's not true. Large businesses have lots of money and resources to upgrade their network and hire cyber defenders. Most hackers will target small or medium-sized businesses because they don't have that luxury. Hackers know that smaller businesses don't have the money to upgrade their network or hire cyber defenders. Plus, they might not even know that much about cybersecurity. Who cares about small and medium-sized businesses, right? Remember, if you're connected to a business that gets hacked, you will be at risk. Here's an example of one of the biggest cyber attacks known. In early October 2013, Adobe was attacked by hackers and they stole nearly 3 million customer credit card records and login data for an undetermined number of user accounts. Later on, Adobe reported that 150 million usernames and passwords were taken from Adobe. In August 2015, Adobe had to pay $1.1 million in legal fees. And overall, 153 million user records were affected. This is just one example of how a simple account you might use for creating PDFs can change your life forever. Imagine if you use the same password you use for all of your accounts. Suddenly, whoever attacked Adobe can hack your life. Today, I want everyone to be aware of your actions online. If you take a second and think before you post, create secure passwords, avoid using the same password for every account, and avoid scammers, you'll live a happier life. It's very important to understand the basics of cybersecurity. If we don't keep up, we give our power away to cyber attackers. Why not choose to protect yourself by listening to the advice and getting the support of cyber defenders like me? Thank you for listening.